say you want to retire early, and if you do that for the next 15 years, saving $10,000 and making that contribution and investing that money, then your end balance will be $270,690.86. You know, there are a few things that I wish someone would have told me as a resident physician. There are things that we just don't know about because we're so busy learning how to take care of patients that unfortunately we wait until our attending years to learn. And if you're like me, you've likely made some mistakes. Hello again and welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Brittany Helford, your internal medicine physician and wealth coach. And today in this video, we're gonna talk about some of the best kept secrets that resident physicians don't know about money. You know, it's about time that you learn because let me tell you, medical school and your residency training will not teach you these lessons. So I want you to stay until the end because I'm gonna give you the good stuff and unfortunately some mistakes that I've had to learn the hard way. And so I want to make sure that I teach you so that you can avoid making these mistakes as well. All right, let's jump into the first secret. The first best kept money secret for resident physicians is to actually talk to your attending about money. No, I didn't. How are we supposed to talk about money? You know, as a wealth coach, I always introduce myself, my background as being from Flint, Michigan, and my educational profile of going to Northwestern, studying at WashU, and doing my training there, and working at Emory for 2 years, and now I'm a hospitalist here in Boston. And what I also share with the resident physicians that I work with is that I have an interest in personal finance. Now I get it, not all of your attendings will have an interest in personal finance. However, oftentimes when we're talking about medicine, we're asking all of the details of pathophysiology, how medications work, disease process, things of that nature. And really, when you think about your career and the longevity of your career, financial stress is going to increase burnout. So why not talk to your attendings about money? This is something that unfortunately has been taboo, but it's time for us to normalize this in the medical field. And whenever I open the door that I am interested in personal finance, then the residents feel comfortable coming to me asking about student loans. What do you think about Roth IRAs? What would you do for a spouse who's not working or is working? How are you saving for your children's education? Where do you live? How is the home purchasing process? All of these questions allow us to get some information and incorporate that decision making into our own decision making. Now, I'm not telling you that you have to do everything the way that your attending physician has done it, but the purpose of the conversation is to have the conversation. You might get bits and pieces of information that you can just say for a later date when it's your time to purchase a home, when it's your time to pay off your student loans, when it's your time to invest in taxable brokerage accounts, or why are they choosing a 457B versus another account, a traditional IRA versus a Roth IRA. And sometimes your attending physician may not know the answers to those questions, but if they open a door into their life to say, oh yeah, we actually own a home, why not have a conversation of, that's really cool, where do you live? Do you mind just sharing with us some of the pros and cons of your home purchasing decision making? How was that process for you? Or if your attending physicians say that they transition careers, oh, can you just talk to me about how that career transition occurred? Did you negotiate your contract, any sign-on bonus, anything that I need to know? These conversations are going to be imperative for you to just start to learn about finances and how different people do money. The second thing that I wish I would have known as a resident physician is to sit at the table. Now, what do you mean about sitting at the table? Like, yeah, Brittany, I sit at the table all the time. Well, what I mean is that oftentimes as a resident physician, we spend countless hours studying medicine and spending time in the hospital or in clinics. But I wish I would have actually sought out opportunities to sit at tables with individuals who don't think like me, who are interested in money, and to start to learn from them. Even if it's a conversation of what books are you reading, what podcasts are you listening to, who are some of the influencers that you are following that have helped you to understand that money concept. When we sit at tables and have conversations, this allows us to understand how other people are navigating their lives and their careers. Because as physicians, we make a high earning, but we are not the richest person in the world. There are oftentimes other people who think about tax strategy a bit differently from us. And if you are able to sit with a financial advisor or go to an investors club, maybe on a Saturday have brunch with women who are focused on finance, then you will become more comfortable having these conversations. So once you earn an attending salary, you have the confidence to talk about money with people who you need to incorporate into your community, like a CPA, like a financial planner, if you choose to include them, or just to have conversations with financial advisors, fee-only financial advisors, about creating your financial strategy. So start sitting at the table. Even as a resident physician, start seeking out some of those investing clubs and financial clubs so that you can build that confidence in discussing money topics before you earn your attending salary. The third thing that I wish I would have known as a resident physician is to think about taxes. Oh my gosh. Now, if you have not already watched my video about why tax strategy needs to be part of your financial strategy, then watch this video right here. And if you want to learn how my husband and I save big on taxes as a two-physician household, then you can watch this video right here. Now, taxes will be the bane of your existence sometimes. Well, maybe it's not that bad, but definitely it is going to be something that you will have to create a strategy for in your attending years. And if you can start to understand how taxes work as a resident physician, you won't make the mistake like I did of paying or overpaying years of taxes into my early career physician years. Remember, it's not about the money you make, it's all about the money that you keep. So knowing that as a resident physician is going to be very imperative so that in your early career physician years, you can take the trip, you can enjoy life because you've worked so hard for it, and start saving for your first home, start planning for a family, and having a difference of $10,000 extra to do that because you've already developed your tax strategy and already started to learn about how to maximize your resources to lower your tax obligations. Then, I mean, that $10,000 over the course of 15 years, hold on, let's do a math. We are using the investment calculator here. And in the investment calculator, I put a starting amount of $10,000 after 15 years with a return rate of 6%, which is quite conservative, compounding annually, and you make your contributions at the beginning of the year. So if you contribute just $10,000 over 15 years and you allow that to compound 6% annually, then you're going to get an ending balance of $23,965.58. $23,965.58. Now that's just by saving $10,000 once and investing that for 15 years. Now let's say that you do that time after time because you're implementing the tax strategy to save money over this 15 years. Say you want to retire early, and if you do that for the next 15 years, saving $10,000 and making that contribution and investing that money, then your end balance will be $270,690.86. Now, that's a conservative investment of about 6% annual returns. And over that period of time, your total contributions would have been $150,000. But it is allowing you to generate passive income. So the moral of the story is to start learning about how to reduce your taxable income and strategize for your taxes even as a resident physician. The fourth best kept money secret for resident physicians is to ensure that you have an appropriate disability insurance policy. I was recently speaking with the resident physicians at the institution that I work at, and one woman who is graduating, she asked, is it worth it for us to get a disability insurance policy if I'm married? Because we can live off of my spouse's income and maybe I can delay getting a disability insurance policy and save the difference over the couple of years. I advised her to think about the inverse. Say that you were to develop a medical condition, which we know as women physicians working in healthcare, that patients get injured, develop conditions, and they were previously healthy, and how devastating that can be. So say that happened to you and you were not able to actually be insured and you could not get your own occupation and disability insurance policy because you waited. That would be devastating. So prioritize getting disability insurance. And honestly, I would not have waited until my third year of residency. I would have gotten disability insurance right out of medical school or during my intern year. And yes, maybe it would not have been a full benefit to cover because the more benefit you have, the higher the cost. Perhaps it would have been a partial benefit. I would have made sure that I had the riders that allowed me to increase my benefit as my income changed, but I would have gotten disability insurance earlier. And research to see if your institution has a guaranteed standard issue policy. Now, a guaranteed standard issue policy allows for individuals with pre-existing conditions to still obtain disability insurance. And as a physician, the one thing that you want to protect is your ability to generate income, especially as an early career physician. So look into getting disability insurance wherever you are. If you're an intern, if you're a medical student, and if you're a medical student watching this video and you have a pre-existing condition, you might want to do that research on interview day for your residency programs, just to understand what your options are so that you can make sure you're not only generating income and perfecting your ability to generate that income, but you're also protecting your income. And the best way to do that is with disability insurance. And the fifth best kept secret for resident physicians is to understand your benefits. Oh my goodness, there are so many things that are available to you, whether that's a 401k match, and if you have a match, then that's going to change how you might invest for retirement versus if you don't have a match, which I didn't. And if you want to learn all about how I made money mistakes as a resident physician because, I didn't know a lot of this stuff, then make sure you watch this video right here. Understanding your benefits is imperative to know what things you might have to pay for, what things are going to be subsidized by your employer, and what opportunities exist for you. So some potential opportunities are a 401k match. And if you have a 401k match, understanding what that match is, what do you need to contribute in order to receive the total match that your employer may provide to you. For example, some employers might say that they will match 100% of your contributions up to 3% of your salary. So then you have to, in the portal, put in that you want to contribute 3% of your salary and know that your employer is going to match 100% of that. Some employers might say that they will match 50% up to $12,000 or up to a certain amount. Therefore, you have to do the calculations to see how much you want to put into that account so that you can receive the entirety of that match. Every employer is going to be different, so really having a conversation with your HR to understand your benefits. Some employers might offer loan forgiveness, right? And so you want to make sure that you are putting yourself in the best position because we all know that student loans, those student loans, they hurt our hearts. They hurt our hearts and our souls. But, my debt is paid, so that pain and financial stress is long gone from my life, at least. You might still be going through it, and just know that it will be over soon, as long as you create a strategy. So, understanding your employer benefits. I remember when I was a resident physician, my employer subsidized working at the hospital-associated gym. So instead of me going to Planet Fitness or Equinox or Orange Theory, I took my behind right to the gym that my employer paid for. I was still able to invest in my mental health, my physical health, and I did it on somebody else's dime. Some employers may actually pay for financial advising and estate planning. And if that's the case, take advantage. Even if you're thinking to yourself, well, Brittany, I don't have any assets to protect. Having a conversation about future assets, about the purchase of your home and how to navigate things could be helpful for your situation, even if it is somewhat of a hypothetical situation because you're not quite there yet. The moral of the story is to make sure that you are investing in yourself and your financial education, even while you're in training and you're learning how to do this whole doctoring thing. And if you want to learn more about how to build cash flow, how to really pay down your student loan debt, and you're like, I don't have the money to learn about these things. I don't have the time to learn about these things. Then I want to invite you into my Joyfully Free Accelerator. And because you are a resident physician and you watch this video until the very end, I'm going to give you a discount code. So just go to the link below and I will send you an email with the discount code for enrolling in this Joyfully Free Accelerator. And I'm going to make it very affordable to you because my goal is that every woman in healthcare has the opportunity to educate herself, to become really comfortable with money, and to create a strategy and a plan for her debts. So if you're interested, if you want it on a discount, and you know your girl over here loves a discount, and I want to thank you for watching this video all the way to the end, click the link below, sign up for the email, and I will send that your way so that you can really start to invest in yourself and invest in your financial future. And if you haven't already, then make sure you subscribe to this channel, send this video to another resident physician who might need to know some of these best kept secrets that we often don't talk about in medicine so that we can share the wealth. There's enough money out there for all of us, and we just need to know how to manage it.